Ballistics gelatin costs hundreds of dollars, so I'm gonna show you how to make it for a fraction of the price. And to take this a step farther, I'm also gonna be testing it out against some of my homemade inventions to see how effective they are. And in true Cool Man Things fashion, I bought a bunch of Jell-O to see if I can make it using this. I actually did it! That's the first time on this channel. Here's what you need. That's it. This is all you need. This stuff is Knox unflavored gelatin. It's the cheapest stuff on Amazon. I'll link it in the description. Making this stuff is actually extremely simple. We just need a 1:8 ratio with gelatin and water. Now for our Jell-O, I'm gonna make it much more concentrated because I doubt if I follow the instructions, it'll work properly. For a typical ballistics gel block, it's about $100. This stuff's only 20, so it's much cheaper. And making it at home is almost exactly the same as buying it. So there's really no reason to buy the stuff if you can make it for so much cheaper. To make it, grab yourself 1 cup of water or 8 fluid ounces. And the rule is simple. For every ounce of gelatin you have, you need 8 fluid ounces of water. But don't mix the two together just yet. Mixing your gelatin into cold water doesn't work very well as it sits on the surface and clumps up. So let's grab a hot plate out and heat up our water before we pour it in. If you don't heat it up, you're left with this goopy, slimy mess. The cooking instructions for ballistics gel are the exact same as normal Jell-O. Just heat your water until it's about to boil and then add your gelatin. Unfortunately, our normal Jell-O has tons of sugar in it, so it might not work as intended. But this Knox gelatin is 100% pure. So if we add this stuff into water and let it cool, we'll be left with an extremely thick block of gel. But you're gonna need to grab some cooking spray. If you don't use this, it's gonna be extremely hard to take this off of your mold later on. I bought this thermometer a year ago. This is actually my first time ever using it. Well, we have our ballistics gel cooking. Let's try and make some out of Jell-O. And I've kind of broke the bank here and bought 7 of these things. And then I went and really broke the bank by buying this really nice Igloo Century Carbon 3D printer. Now for anyone that thinks I don't read comments, I had originally bought the FlashForge 80M5 Pro, but some dude said return it and buy this, so on a whim I did, and I'm glad I did. So thank you for commenting that. One of these days, one of you guys will lead me astray and make me buy something completely useless. But until then, I'll keep on listening to you. Now that I have one of these, I'm gonna be able to make some crazy stuff. So if you guys wanna see that, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It means the world to me. Back to our Jell-O. It says to add 2 cups of boiling water, but we're gonna do 1 cup so it's much thicker. But then I remembered that I have a scale and accounting that each one of these weighs 6.2 ounces. And if we subtract 19 grams for added sugars, hey ChatGPT, I have Jell-O with 6.2 ounces and 19 grams of sugar. Subtracting the sugar, how many ounces of Jell-O mix do I need for 8 ounces? Okay, so we need 8.97 ounces of Jell-O mix. That's good enough. Now if I was smart, I'd find a way to extract the gelatin, but I don't really feel like doing that, so we're just gonna do it this way. Now for a proper comparison, we're gonna add the exact same amount of water as we did to our normal ballistics gel. So I went ahead and added 8 ounces to our pot and got it to a boil. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. Now our water is just getting hot enough, so let's go ahead and add our gelatin in. As we add it in, we're going to mix it extremely thoroughly to prevent it from clumping up. Now this stuff stinks, it smells like a dead animal, which makes sense because it probably comes from a dead animal. I recommend doing this outside because like I said, it smells really bad. These bubbles are unavoidable, we're just gonna scrape them off at the very end. And despite my best efforts, this stuff still clumped up, so I recommend full boil when you add it in. Our water is steaming, so let's go ahead and add our Jell-O mixture. And for our ballistics gel, you stir it until it becomes clear, so this stuff's almost done. Now let's take this and pour it into our mold. But before you do that, make sure you spray it with some cooking oil so it doesn't stick. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna try making a small batch before I do a huge one. Now we're gonna take our gelatin and pour it inside of our mold. Now we'll take this and put it in the fridge overnight. And this finished just about in time for us to do our Jell-O one as well. Luckily, this stuff smells a lot better. We have similar sized batches, but because of the sugar, this one's a lot larger. Now let's let that cook and I'll see you tomorrow. I had this guy in the freezer for about an hour and it's already almost done. The Jell-O is gonna take a bit longer though. And because this stuff stinks, I'm gonna wear some gloves. Look at that. It's actually coming out quite well. That is amazing. Now this does work, but it's a little bit too squishy. So I'm gonna go ahead and reheat it and then add more gelatin to it. Well, it's solid now. If we heat it up, it'll melt just back to how it used to be. So let's go ahead and do that and we'll see how long this takes. Now this stuff does work really well, but it's not as firm as real ballistics gel. So we're gonna add more gelatin to see if that helps. The stuff we just made works just fine, but I want a much more realistic representation. So I'm bringing back the scale. I'm gonna add another 2 ounces of the gelatin. And to make this simple for you guys, the recipe now is 7 ounces of gelatin to 1 cup of water. But this is only if you want much stiffer gel. The downside to this is now it's gonna be more foggy. Now that we've remixed it, it's time to pour it back in the mold. Just make sure you guys don't forget to use your spray. I'm gonna go put this back in our freezer for 1 hour and I'll get back to you guys. We just got the Jell-O one out and it's actually really stiff. I'm surprised. It's not as good as the ballistics gel, but to know for sure, we're gonna save this and test it out later with the ballistics gel. If you're new to the channel, I've made tons of really cool inventions and we're gonna see which one's the most effective. Welcome to the garage. Here's our thicker ballistics gelatin. Let's go ahead and take it out. Here's our new ballistics gel, and this one's a little bit more foggy because I accidentally burnt it when I was cooking it, but it is extremely stiff. This feels like a thick silicone rubber. That's kind of the best way I can explain it. I might have actually made it too thick because I cannot poke a hole in it. This stuff is really firm. So now I'm gonna make a big batch so we can test it out with some of my homemade inventions. All right, I have 14 ounces, so I'm gonna add 3 cups of water plus our old gelatin that we just made. All right, we have it cooking right here, and then I have an industrial fan running to blow the stench out that way. Just for reference, I wanted to show you guys what it looks like if you start it when it's too cold. Just a reminder, you guys need to cook this stuff until it turns clear. Oh, we burnt this stuff again. Dang it. So yeah, our ballistics gel is not gonna be that clear because I stopped stirring it for a minute and it burnt. That's a bummer. I also gassed out this entire garage, so it smells terrible. But let's go put that inside of my freezer. So these are the results. The Jell-O is actually surprisingly strong. I'm really interested to see how this stops anything. And the ballistics gel, I accidentally burnt it, so it's a little bit foggy, but this stuff is really tough. And here it is. It's actually extremely sturdy, like surprisingly. But because this stuff doesn't look good on camera, I'm gonna go ahead and cook up a clear batch. And I'll be honest, I found out it's just way easier to heat up your water in the microwave and then put your gelatin in later. So right here is gonna be our clear one. And just a quick tip, this stuff is extremely hard to stir in if you pour it all in at once. So pour it in very slowly. So here are 3 levels of ballistics gel. We're gonna see how each one of these compares. I'll start with this mini pocket knife and then I'll work my way to something more normal. I also wanna try some things like firecrackers or thermite to see how this reacts to ballistic gelatin as well. And then at the end, I'm gonna test it out with the bow and arrow. Let's start with the knife drop test. I'm gonna drop it from about yay high and see how it reacts. So a very small incision, but it bounced out. Let's try this guy. Very similar, but a little bit smaller. Let's try the thickest one, the most realistic one. Oh, this one actually didn't bounce, and the knife bounced straight off. It didn't cut this thing at all. Now let's see if any of this is accurate. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's test it out with this bigger guy. Starting off with the little guy. Ooh, that is not good. That's a deep cut. Same thing. Dang, pretty deep cut, but much less bad. Now let's go to the realistic one. Dang, it pretty much bounced off. A very small cut, very, very small. All right, let's test it. Let's test this guy out. Drop in 3, 2, 1. Y'all really thought I was gonna do that? That would cut me. I'm actually surprised. The Jell-O ballistics gel almost performs as good as the other stuff, but not nearly as good as the realistic one. But I bet if we were to shoot this thing, it would just explode. Real quick, I wanna see how this stuff works if I just stab it. Oh, straight through, but that's honestly probably a realistic representation. It went about like 2 inches in. Okay, here's some thermite, and I wanna see what it does to the ballistics gel. This is what would happen if you had thermite on you. Huh, it would just bubble up, but then it sinks in later. Ouch. Ah, let's do a much bigger test. Yep, that'll do. All right, here's the big test. I'm gonna close my eyes for this one. Oh, that would not feel good at all. Ah, it's boiling in the, that would just boil inside of you. That's crazy. Ah, dude, that's gnarly. All right, we got a slingshot and a bow. I wanna see which one does more damage. All right, here's the bow. Oh, dang. That would hurt. That's crazy. All the way through, but it did stop it. Let's try this again, but vertical. I guess it's my fault for sucking at archery, but we did hit it. It just went down. To be fair though, I was way over there. Okay, take two. I cannot miss this time. It did fully stop the arrow, and this is a compound bow, so it's pretty powerful. Now let's try with the slingshot. I have a feeling this is gonna ricochet though. It fell behind me, what? So it left like a nasty gash, but that's about it. Now I know this stuff's not completely clear, but there is a way to make a completely clear ballistics gelatin. For this video, I'm just showing you guys the extremely simple method for making it. But if you wanna know how to make a completely clear ballistics gelatin, subscribe and then leave it in the comments and I'll make it for a future video.